Okay, whoop, gone out of focus. So I actually had this video requested. Basically, it was just asked how I clean the chrome parts that I got on the bikes that I restore. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos before, but I don't think I've actually gone into any detail on it. So I went through my parts bin and I dug a couple of parts out to try them. They're in various states of disrepair, is that the right word? But we're going to try it and see how they come out. So first we got a Williams crankset. The non-drive side is actually pretty good. There's a bit of dirt / rust around the top, but it's actually pretty good on that side, and there's a few specks of rust. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go, it's better. A few specks of rust right down the bottom. But apart from that, that's like the best of the bunch. The drive side, however, as you can see, has got more spots. I don't think, say this spot here, these are actually gonna get back to being chrome, because that looks like the actual chrome is flaked off. Normally it would just be clean up, say all these spots down here. They'll clean up, no problem. But I'm not holding much hope for these spots where the chrome is actually flaked off, because once it's gone, it's gone. I'm going to be able to clean up the back of it as well. This is off, what is this off? Triumph Traffic Master, I think. It's not too bad condition. It's pretty shiny all around, it's just the parts where the water's been able to sit in the joins, where it hasn't received much attention. It's just gone a bit rusty, so we'll clean that up. A lamp bracket, but have a look at this condition now. It's basically brown. I think this will clean up fairly well. I don't think it will go back to being completely chrome, but I think it will clean up pretty well. And for the worst case scenario, we've got these actually quite nice, I think they're leotard pedals. I don't know the exact model of them, but they came in a job lot. The cones on one side are destroyed, so I'm just going to try and clean up these cages. The rust is pretty bad on them. I'll be surprised if these clean up. See the ends, you can still see there's chrome underneath, dirt, but the barrels, I don't know. But anyway, that's what we've got to try. I've got this nasty stuff here called Oxalic Acid. It's stuff you want to really be careful with, obviously because it's an acid. So it's used for bleaching sort of wood decking, there we go, cleaner, but it actually works on the chrome quite well. So you can drop your chrome parts in it, leave it, it depends on the strength of the solution that you mix up basically, but I normally, in the bath that I've got in the garage, normally drop the parts in there, leave it overnight and clean them next day. I don't know specific ratios, I just have a bath of water that I use and tip an amount in and then see how it reacts. Obviously you're going to need to make sure you take some safety precautions, so gloves, some good rubber vinyl gloves. You're going to need some eye protection and, well, maybe full face. It's corrosive, so be careful, please be careful. You're going to use this, if you're going to copy this, you're going to use it at your own responsibility. The warnings will be on the packet, so take note of them. So I'm going to go to the sink, start mixing up a batch of this, and we shall go from there. I'm going to fill this bowl with water, and I'm just going to make a really weak batch of this solution because I'm going to leave it I guess almost 24 hours until I actually manage to get back to clean these up. So yeah, I'm going to start filling it up now and tipping a bit of the solution in there. I filled it up. I've put 100 grams or thereabouts of the oxalic acid powder in there with a bit of warm water, and I'm just going to leave that now for, it's going to be about 18 to 20 hours before I get back to it, and we'll clean it out then. So it's actually the morning now, so maybe 8 hours have gone by, and you can see that there's been a change. You can see there's like a yellow that's forming over all the chrome parts. You want to try and avoid that because it's very hard to get off once it's on. So I'm actually going to clean it now before I go to work, which might delay me a little bit, but I'm going to try and be quick. But I'm just going to use a soft brush, and if not a soft, so a brass wire brush, just to clean them up, and then I'm just going to rinse them, and then I'll have to see the results after work. Okay, super quickly, parts have just been cleaned off or wiped off and then cleaned. Those have come up really well. The lamp brackets actually come up really well, but I'm going to put it back in because I just want to see if I can get rid of that last bit of rust. Pedals have cleaned up nicely, but like I said, once the chrome is gone, it's gone. So you can see parts are gone, but I'm going to put them back in and deal with them after work. All this stuff in here has been through the oxalic acid now. When you take it out, obviously you need to make sure you try and protect everything that you've taken out, because obviously if you leave it and it's still got the water or the acid solution on it, it's just going to go rusty again. And if you rinse them off and leave them damp, then they're just going to go rusty. So what I like to do if I'm outside in the garage and I'm doing this is just spray everything with WD-40, because then that drives out the moisture and protects it. With these, because I'm inside, I've just had some methylated spirits and wiped them all over with that, and it seems to have done the trick. So let's go over them. Got the non-drive crown calm, and I mean this was the best condition, so it's still nice and shiny. Any spots of rust that were on the back are gone. The other side, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, if the chrome's gone, it ain't coming back. So there's patches there where the chrome has indeed flaked away, and well, there's nothing you can do about that. But on the arm, you can see that it's cleaned it off nicely, and if you flip it over, where there was lots of rust down the back, it's, you know, pretty clean. Stem has cleaned up really nice. So the big thing about this stem, or the little thing, was that it had a rust sort of in the grooves here, around the bolts and underneath there. So there's still some darkness around it, but but I haven't quite finished with these yet, so we'll see what it is after, but that's cleaned up nice. The one that was starting to go bad was this, the lamp bracket. So all of this before was brown underneath as well. All of that was brown and rusty. And now you can see the sort of pinpricks where the rust comes through, but it's clean. I'd use this. You just need to make sure that when you do, you protect it. And the worst case were the pedals. Let me zoom out a bit. There we go. So the pedals, they were never gonna get perfect again, become perfect. But considering they were pretty much brown before with the rust, they've cleaned up quite nice. The best parts are around the sort of crank mounting and the end caps. The barrels, the chrome on the barrels has had it, that's not coming back, but compared to what they were before, these are really nice. So I hope that's given an insight of what just oxalic acid can do to the chrome parts, how it will clean them up. But I'm going to take it a step further and polish them after, because there's still parts that I want to take off and get a bit shinier. Now to finish off, what I'm going to use is this polishing wheel, just an attachment on a bench grinder basically. It's a loose leaf, I think it's cotton wheel, and I'm going to use some polishing compound as well. So what I've got here, we've got some Silverline blue polishing compound, some final polishing of copper, steel and most metals. Or I've got some white compound which is for stainless steel and hard metals. What I'm going to do, just let it fire up, rub some compound onto the wheel and polish. Okay, there we go. Done, I think. Yep, looks alright to me. So I just gave everything a quick polish on the sort of grinding wheel. Let me zoom in. And there we go. So this non-drive crank arm looks beautiful now, like lovely and shiny. This one was the best condition. Next best condition was the stem. So that's come up really well as well. The bits of rust that were in the tight spots have all but gone. There we go. The lamp bracket, which was the, I guess, almost worse. So all this was brown. So that has cleaned up really well. It's got a nice shine to it now. Big chain ring. Apart from the spots where the chrome doesn't exist anymore, really nice. It is very difficult to polish a chain ring on one of those wheels because the loose leaf, the fabric will get caught on every single surface it can. So you've got to be super careful if you want to try and polish them like this, because it will catch, it will pull you in, and it does hurt. So that looks nice. The pedals, obviously, they were never going to be any good anyway. but compared to the brown mess they were before, I mean, I'm quite pleased with them. This was all brown. So as long as it protects these now, they should stay in this condition. But they're quite nice. Whoop, wrong way, there we go. So, I hope this video's helped. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, one more thing. As you're polishing all this up, if you're doing the polishing, try and make sure that you've got some, I don't know, thinners or something nearby, just to keep on cleaning off any residual polish, because you want to try and keep the wood as clean as possible. So that's the tip. So yep, thanks for watching, catch you in the next one.